just a few blocks from our hotel. So we walked over to one of my favorite places called Egg Slut. If you've never heard of it, you guys definitely got to give it a try. This is the sandwich that I ordered. It's the bacon, egg, and cheese, and it is so delish. Fred actually, when we were standing in line waiting to order our food, saw that there was a French bakery next door, and he is a sucker for like all things pastries. So he decided that he wanted to come over here. He got the eggs Benedict, and then also this giant almond croissant. We got some coffee, so we're just gonna enjoy ourselves and then walk around the area. Well, now that our stomachs are very full with a delicious breakfast, we are gonna head into the Beverly Center. We're actually gonna see if we can find Fred some new shoes because, well, you know, I overpacked so much so that we had to like take everything out of my suitcase to put into his, but he actually needs some new shoes really bad. So we're gonna go see if we can find him some new shoes. So as you saw, we had a very successful trip at the mall. Fred did get some beautiful new shoes. He is looking fresh to death. Now we're here at Via Alorco. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this restaurant, but our friend Trevon is meeting us here. He recommended this place. He lives here in Los Angeles, and Fred wants to meet up with him to talk a little bit of business, so we figured why not have a great lunch. So we're gonna head on in.
Oh, what's going on? What's happening? Hey.
So good to see you.
That's right. All right, y'all.
How you been, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I wish I could talk to y'all more clearly through the mask, but I'm blessed.
Right?
So our food just arrived. I got classic cacio pepe. The gentleman ordered this deliciousness. I think he called it frutte de mar, but basically it's a linguine pasta with a tomato sauce, and then it has mussels, scallops, clams, and lobster. It looks delicious, and we're about to dig in. Although California is not completely back open yet, there are some places we're kind of wanting to explore and visit that are not right here in Los Angeles. So we knew that we were going to be needing a car to rent for the weekend. We have never driven an electric car or even a Tesla, so we thought it would be a great time to rent one and see what it's like to drive an electric vehicle. So here we go. Good morning. It is day 2 in Los Angeles. We are attempting to drive up to get to a hike so that we can go to the Hollywood sign. That is, of course, the ultimate tourist move, but Fred's never been up to the Hollywood sign and I haven't been in years, so we're gonna try to make our way up there today. We currently are a little, I don't want to say we're lost, but there was 2 different trails and I picked one that's just residential, so we weren't ever actually able to park and get to the hike anywhere. So we're gonna try a second one out, which is actually the one that the girl at our hotel recommended this morning. So we're hoping that a local perspective is probably good. She's probably giving us the good information, but we're gonna try that out and hopefully get to do a little hiking. So we finally made it up to the Hollywood sign. We opted to take the Brush Canyon Trail. There are several trails you can take to get up here depending upon which vantage point you want of the Hollywood sign. I think we actually chose a pretty good one because I don't think you get much closer than this. It is such a beautiful day today. The weather is perfect, just a light breeze, and it took us about 2 hours to get up here. I want to say it's about 2.5 miles on the way up, and then we're about to turn around and head back down, go grab some lunch, and then probably rest for the rest of the afternoon. Hi guys, it is now Saturday. This was our third day in LA. I have some gnarly tan lines from our hike yesterday up to the Hollywood sign. It was such a good hike. We ended up doing 6 miles round trip, which is a lot. We don't normally hike, so we're both super sore today. But it was so nice. It was just like we didn't have any plans for the morning, so we were like, you know what, let's just go get some exercise, go for a hike. The weather was beautiful. And then last night we got to go meet up with one of my girlfriends who I haven't seen in a couple of years. She and I work together. She used to live in Miami and now she's back in LA, which is like where she's from. So I don't really get to see her that often, and it was so nice to catch up with her. We went to a Dodgers game. She was able to snag us tickets because we're now fully vaccinated, which is nice. So she was able to get us some tickets to the game. I think they're only doing like 15%, she said, right now, capacity. So that was kind of cool that we were lucky enough to get tickets to go to that. Fred had never been to Dodger Stadium or to a Dodgers game before, so I think he enjoyed that.
Definitely did. It was fun.
And then we went back to her place and just kind of hung out and talked. It was a late night. We literally didn't get back to the hotel until about 4 o'clock this morning. So yeah, long night. It was kind of longer than we had expected, but it was so good to catch up. And today's a sunglasses and Advil kind of day, if you know what I'm saying. We're now in the car and we are driving to Santa Barbara for the day. Neither of us have been to Santa Barbara, and one of Fred's good friends lives out there. So we're gonna go visit him and his girlfriend, and I think we're gonna go to brunch, maybe do some patio hopping, I think is what she said. So yeah, we're really excited to go hang out in a different area today. The traffic is already crazy. It's obviously Memorial Day weekend, so there's a lot of people driving, you know, out to, I guess, like, I don't want to say the beach, but I'm not exactly sure how people work here in LA, but I think that most people probably kind of similar how we would go to, you know, Key West or something for like a holiday weekend in Miami. I think it's kind of a similar situation here. People that live in this city kind of go more towards the coast for like a holiday weekend. So the traffic is pretty heavy. It's going to take us about 2.5 hours, I think, total. Okay, so 2 hours from our hotel in Beverly Hills out to Santa Barbara. But we still have 135 miles left on the Tesla, so on the charge. So we should have plenty of charge to get there, and then we'll have to find ourselves a supercharger. But this driving experience of the Tesla has been really cool. Fred's seriously considering getting one later this year, so that's how we wanted to test it out and see what it's like to drive one. And honey, would you like to say anything about the Tesla?
Once you go electric, you can't go back.
Yeah, it's like such a smooth ride. I mean, even though this one doesn't, the Model 3 that we rented is like the most basic one, but it doesn't have the air suspension like some of the other models do, but it's still a super smooth ride. And I just like, it's so quiet. It's crazy. It's like you don't even know that the car is on. I mean, if anyone's driven an electric vehicle, then you know, but if you haven't driven one, it's a totally different experience, and it is really cool. So I highly recommend if you're ever taking a trip out to California, or anywhere, but especially in California, there's a surplus of them here because you know, they're one of the more green states, if you would. So anyways, we will talk to you guys later.
Hell no.
They better be on the house or we're suing.
So I got some 7 plantation pineapple shots for you guys.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have.
It's now Sunday, and it is unfortunately our last day in LA. We actually just drove out to Santa Monica, and we're gonna try to find somewhere to grab some breakfast / brunch, and then just kind of walk around, maybe go check out the pier. We were also thinking maybe about going over to Venice and or Malibu. Fred's never been to this part of these neighborhoods, I guess I should say, of California. So I have, but it's been years. So we're just gonna go check it out, walk around, and see what we can get into. You ready for 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds? Because that's what Teslas do.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, there's a motorcycle. So it was a productive but amazing day. We started out this morning in Santa Monica. We had brunch by the water. Then we went to go check out the pier, which was pretty cool. It was very packed for Memorial Day weekend, but it was really fun experience. From there, we went down to Venice Beach and checked that out. That was also really cool. Very different vibe there, but it was very SoCal. And then from there, we actually wanted to take one more drive down Pacific Coast Highway. So we had our sights set on Malibu, which is actually kind of nostalgic for me because this is one of the places that my dad brought me for my 16th birthday. And ironically enough, we had lunch on the pier, and right behind me is the Malibu Beach Inn, which is actually the hotel that my dad and I stayed at when we came here about 15-16 years ago. So it was a great way to end our trip. We had such a good time. We got to see old friends, and we also made some really great memories. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. Please make sure to subscribe, and if you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button, and we look forward to seeing you guys again soon.